Hi there, my name is Alexey and today I'm gonna test drive this Audi A3 E-Tron. The problem is that I haven't seen a normal test drive of this car, so instead of filming in my native language, which is Lithuanian, I'm filming this test drive in English. So before I start watching, please press like, share this video and of course subscribe. To be honest with you, I am not a big fan of VW Group. With every new generation, the quality of their cars gets worse and worse. The first question that I want to answer is this is the car that can be in my list of cars that I enjoy driving. I'm gonna look at the quality, practicality, and of course performance. Now, because this is a plug-in hybrid version of Audi A3, the second question that must be answered is this system a piece of shit or is it any good? From the behind, this car looks like a normal Audi A3, except from the E-Tron badge. I really like how the back part of this car looks. It's simplistic and looks kind of modern and futuristic. I really like those taillights. They look sexy in my opinion. One thing that really drives me crazy are those fake exhaust pipes, vents, I don't know how to call them. What are those?
What are those?
I do understand that they don't really look like an exhaust pipes, but we all know what Audi designers wanted to resemble us about. Fake exhaust. Exhaust? I'm a big fan of gunmetal gray color because I think that every car in this color looks absolutely amazing, and this car is no exception. Audi calls it monsoon gray. I don't know if this is the correct pronunciation of this word, but I think this is the best color option for this car. Buy this car in monsoon gray. I think this is the best color option for this car. For this car, yeah.
For the Scarl?
For this car, yeah. Good one, mate. You can't get an S-line on E-Tron, which looks more aggressive. But without those bumpers, this car actually looks very smart. It's a smart looking car. This is a 2018 model, so it's a facelifted version of an Audi A3 E-Tron. It received new headlights, which are more angular. They look quite sharp. One thing that really makes Audi stand out from other manufacturers is the massive grille. I mean, it looks very sharp, sexy, and it is only associated with the Four Rings brand. If you look at the older Audi models, I mean like the beginning of 2000 and even older cars, they're all very round, not sharp, and doesn't scream sexy at all. I mean, look at the first generation of Audi A3. Chubby bunny, so cute. Overall, I do enjoy how this Audi A3 looks. It is almost the same as a non-hybrid version, but there are some differences. The first one is those LEDs that you can see here at the bottom. They make this car look very futuristic, considering that the first Audi A3 of this generation rolled out from the factory in 2012. Visually, this is a normal Audi A3 with some LEDs slapped at the bottom. And right now you're probably thinking, yo fool, so what are the differences between this car and a normal Audi A3? Is a E-Tron a new bad word or something? No. Let me show you one magic trick that makes this car a complete different story. Just watch. Boom. Now you can charge this car and it can run not only on petrol but also on electricity. In pure EV mode, this car can go up to 50 kilometers on a single charge. Is it enough? Well, it depends on how long your journeys are. If you live near your workplace and don't travel a lot, then it should be enough. I will come back to the performance later, but right now, let's hop into the interior. As I mentioned before, this car was released in 2012 and it started to show its age. I mean, the interior is not old, but comparing to Mercedes A-Class or BMW 1 Series, I can say that it's not on the same level as in these cars. And despite that, we have a beautiful 7-inch display which does this. And it comes with Audi's MMI system, which I think is one of the best on the market. It's easy to use, works well, and kind of simple. I really like how Audi designs their steering wheels. This flat bottom steering wheel is absolutely amazing, very comfortable, has shift paddles. I mean, I'm not sure if this car about sporting or something like this, but this is a nice touch. Another aspect which is very important on the long journeys are seats. In this car, they're really comfortable and sport at the same time. Like lumbar support is very good. You can see I don't really move around, which is great. I'm sure that you will not meet an Audi driver which will have back problems, because those seats are very comfortable. If you want Audi's virtual cockpit, which is a clever solution not to look over here, but only here, you will need to lay $1,000, which is a lot of money. I do believe that having virtual cockpit is worth the money, because you have all the necessary information over here, so you don't really have to look over here on the 7-inch display. You can really just turn this thing off, and when you have the virtual cockpit, just look over here. Unfortunately, I can't show you how good this system is, because this car has a standard instrument cluster. I can say though that this is a very practical car. You can put loads of stuff here. Under armrest there's loads of storage. I mean, like for cables, for keys. I can even put my mobile phone here. The one thing that I really don't understand, why the Audi put cup holders under the climate controls, because fitting coffee is okay, but if you try fitting a large bottle, it will be a disaster because it wouldn't fit. Apart from the electric gauge and the EV button, this is your mom's A3. I do like the fact that the quality of this car is much better than the Volkswagen Golf, which is the same car basically. All the materials around me, as I mentioned before, are high quality, even in the back. I can't say that sitting behind myself I have loads of space, but generally speaking it's okay. I mean, I have enough headroom, I have enough knee room, and in theory we can squeeze here like 3 adults, but in this situation I would be fighting for the front passenger seat. Doors open pretty wide, so there will be no problem loading child seat, and overall I really like the interior quality at the back, so good job Audi.
Cargo space?
No, car no fly. Moving to the trunk, I can say that it is a bit smaller comparing to a normal A3, and it is because of the batteries which are down here. It is not a small trunk, we can still load loads of stuff here, like luggage, bags, backpacks, and so on. There's actually one advantage of having a smaller trunk in this car. Because it is higher, I mean the bottom of the trunk is higher, we have a flat loading area. Let me show you. You see, everything's flat and we can easily load big stuff inside the Audi A3 E-Tron.
You have probably noticed the logo on the side of the car and also the charging cable on the trunk. Well, this is because this car was given to us by Electrocars, which is a company based in Lithuania. Electrocars specifies in charging cables, charging stations, and many other products which are related to electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids. If you need EV related products, you know where to go: www.electrocars.lt.
But you're probably thinking, well, I don't like electric cars or PHEVs, so why are you offering me this? Well, they also have electric scooters, which is a cool thing. You can travel on it like small distances when it's warm outside. So please check www.electrocars.lt.
Enough talking, let's test this vegan hatchback. Oh, I'm sorry Audi, a sportback. This car has 8.8 kilowatt hour battery pack, and Audi claims that this car in electric only mode can cover a distance of 50 kilometers, which is not true actually. In reality, it's about 40, and during winter, when it's really cold outside, it's about 35 or even less kilometers. Right now I drive only using electricity. This is a very strange feeling. I mean, I don't hear any engine noise, and the only thing I hear is like tire noise and everything that happens around me, like other cars moving, and that's it, which is a cool feeling. I mean, this is not a full electric car, but still, we need to understand this is the future. Future is going to look like this. No sound, no like oil change, and I think probably this is a normal thing. The hybrid system in this car is actually very smart, and by saying smart I mean that when we run out of electricity, instead of like just turning on the cold engine, before running out of it, the car turns on the combustion engine to heat it up a little bit. So it means that engine is warmed up and we are not using it cold, which is very good. It is better for the life of combustion engine. Although there are some disadvantages of having this hybrid system, one of them is added weight. Because of it, the car is not so stable at cornering, and it is not as fun to drive as a normal Audi A3. I mean, I don't want to say that a ordinary A3 is a very interesting car to drive, but this is not so fun. It is not as stable, and because of the added weight, the ride is much firmer. I mean, it's not even a hot hatch, it's just a ordinary car that has electric motor and batteries. Nice city car that can also do long trips, but before buying it, don't expect it to be crazy fast or crazy good car at cornering. I also want to discuss one problem, and the problem is that do you really need a plug-in hybrid, or do you just go rather and buy an electric vehicle? I prefer PHEVs more because you have basically two cars in one. Like you have a petrol car, you have an electric car. The distance that this car can cover is much smaller, but still, I mean, for example, the owner of this car lives from the workplace like 3 or 4 kilometers, so every time from Monday to Friday, when the owner goes to work, he only uses electric power, which is great. And if he wants to do like longer journeys, he can do that as well. If we are looking at the same price range, for the same money you can get Nissan Leaf or I don't know, like electric Ford Focus. Longer distances in those cars are almost impossible. So considering all these facts, I would definitely go for plug-in electric vehicle. Technically, this car is almost the same as Volkswagen Golf GTE. Combustion engine has 150 horsepower and the electric motor has 101 horsepower. Combined, it will be 201 horsepower. You're probably thinking, so why it's not that fast? As I mentioned before, because of the batteries. So we have like a normal amount of horsepower, but we also gain weight. So I would suggest not to look at this car as like a hot hatch. I don't like the feeling of the steering wheel, and what I mean is like it feels like you're playing a computer game. It feels like the steering wheel and the wheels are detached. Audi claims that in this car we can average a fuel consumption of 1.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is again not true. Sorry, I needed to overtake this guy. So yeah, Audi claims that per 100 kilometers we can average a consumption of 1.5 liters, but again, these are figures that are claimed by Audi. So in reality it is 2.4, which is actually very good. I mean, like the same car, 1.4 without the electric motor, averages 8 liters or 7, something like this, but like 2.4 and 7, I mean, it's like a complete different level. Vacuum cleaner. Overall, I think like Audi A3 deserves a place in my heart. If you really want to buy one, I think you should. I mean, you can still get a Golf GTE, which is basically the same car, and like save a bit money. But if you care about the badge and you like Audi badge more than a Volkswagen, I mean, if you don't like Volkswagen, then you should get this Audi. I think that this Audi A3 is a nice city car that can do long distances. But if you consider buying it, don't think it's going to be like a rocket. It is just a normal car that has the advantages of electric vehicles. So if you enjoyed watching this video, please press like, subscribe, and of course share this video with your friends. My name is Alexei. Stay tuned and goodbye.
What are those?